Welcome, everybody. I'm excited to come to you to share America's Breaking Point, episode number 3. And today is February 18th, 2026. And as many of you know, we are in a huge, complete trauma crisis in America. We are being completely attacked on our mental, emotional, and spiritual context, especially for families that are going through things for the first time. All of this is going through the first time, but going through breakdown in the first time. I've had an unfortunate breakdown in my life. So rebuilding in this space is something that I feel that I've been prepared for. Let me just make sure that I'm live on my page here. And let's just see. Yes, I am live. Okay, good. All right. And let me just check to see if I'm live on my Instagram because I'm using this new software where I can be live on. It doesn't look like I'm live on my Instagram. It says that I should be live, but it's not. Okay, no worries. We'll figure that part out eventually. And then it shows I'm live on my YouTube. So let me just check that. This is what we're building, family. We're on the spot. There is no perfection. There is nothing that's going to you're being prepared. Yep, it says I'm live. Okay, good. Yes. All right, there I am. All right. Here we go. So being in this position that we are right now, where we are in America, the only thing that we could first do before we start getting not just angry, which many of us are very angry and very hurt and very feeling all of the feels of what's happening to our children, what they're experiencing, what they're seeing, adults, what we're experiencing, what we're seeing, and the whole entire breakdown of our economy from our financial system, our healthcare systems, our education systems. Everything is being completely rejuvenated, completely redone. And so, what does this mean for us? What does this mean when it comes to how we're going to build? Before we can build, before we can start over, or not even start over, before we can create something brand new, we actually need to first honor. We need to honor all the lives that have gone before us. And I just need to check the audio on this. Okay, good. Let's just see. Okay, perfect. I just love that it's working. You don't know what I've gone through to make this work today. Um, I lit a candle, and this candle is for all the families, all the children that have undergone what has happened with these Epstein files. Every child and every body, and all the voices and all the women that have come out and tried to speak up, and all the men that have come out, everybody that has come out and that has tried to tell us and warn us and weren't taken seriously and were telling us what was happening. And even the people that did have the ways to correct this, we are in a place of experiencing what these children, what these women, and what these men have had to go through under people that you should trust, under the leadership of our country. I remember a day where I said I wanted to be the president, and thinking, oh, I could be the president. Oh, what would it be like to be the president? I even ran for class president when I was in junior high. And now to see where leadership has taken such a sacred position, and what that means now. And so before we can go and start rebuilding for our next generation, this is a signal to all mothers, all parents, all grandparents, that we first have to come together in our heart and our spirit, because we can't build our businesses the same, or we can't run our households the same. We have to take a new intentional of enlightenment of what's happening and what our children are experiencing out there. So when they come home, what we create in home does not reflect what's out there. We can't bring that chaos that's out there into our house. We have to start creating our own sanctuaries. It starts here first. So our children who are going to be the next adults can inherit a safe system. We have to create the safe system. Before we can create the safe system, we have to first honor and have a ceremony for all of the families, all of the children, all of the babies, all of the sons and daughters, all of the women and men that have been sacrificed and have been silenced in this time. We can't just go on. It's hard to feel like we're walking in mud. The reason why it feels like we're walking in mud is because we don't have a process. There's never been a trauma process of what we are experiencing in America. There's not a master's, a doctorate degree. There's not a book out there that's going to tell you how to heal the most traumatic things that we are going through right now and continuously going through. Every week, we're getting hit with another trauma, another trauma, another trauma. So, how is it that now where we are, that we start to build together? We cannot build without ceremony. We cannot. It doesn't work that way. It's hard. You're going to continue to feel stuck. You're going to continue to feel disconnected. You're going to continue to feel like, where is my purpose? Everything feels heavy. Everything feels like there's no reason, like we're against the grain in that place. And I wanted to share with you that it doesn't have to be that way. And as a mom who has had to go through rebuilding after my child um, my child overdosed, I know what it's like to have to feel like everything has been taken from you and you have to start all over. So I want to just I had to go and share my thing here, but I want to just bring us back into this place because right now, I know a lot of business owners. I know a lot of women that want and men that want to own their own businesses. I know parents, mothers, fathers, grandparents. We are dealing with one of the biggest emotional crises of America. Our president, the people we love, or not love, but the people we're supposed to look up to, are completely shifting. Everything has completely shifted for us. I don't want to go into the details because there's enough media out there pulling up your feed that's telling you all of what's happening in these files. My job and my goal and what I've been called to do here is to show you that there is another way, that you don't have to be stuck in the mud with what they want to feed you. There is a system that wants to feed you chaos and wants to feed you so you can be numb and disconnected from your true calling, from your purpose, from what you're here to do this lifetime. There is a fire within you. This is an Aries season. I am an Aries. So I come to you speaking from somebody that has already gone through the trenches, has buried and parts of my soul and given myself to Mother Earth to say, rebuild me in a way that I can make an impact this lifetime. So that way, when I go to meet my son on the other side, we both can connect in a way that brings impact to this world. That is what we are here to do. That is what we are called to do. So I bring this time to you to bring a ceremony. And we're going, I'm deciding on whether or not I want to actually have a formal ceremony, but I'm going to bring a prayer to you now. And then I'm going to open into what you can do, because I feel like a lot of people are being told what's going on, and we're very sympathetic and empathetic, and we're feeling all the trauma, and we're feeling all the pain, and we're feeling this loss and this confusion. Where do we belong? What do we do? How do we build from here? How do we set up from here? And I have those answers. I have those answers for you. But before you can go right into hitting the ground, you have to be grounded first. You have to know that you hold the power to bring you and your family into a successful position if you can know not only how to shift from the broken system, but into a safe system. And where that safe system exists in our community, that's where this community exists. That's where this environment exists. It's around people who are building a village, people who are understanding that we cannot do this alone and we don't want to do this alone. So you joining our village, you joining our community is your first step to doing that. And you can connect with me, you can comment community, and I will invite you to where we're going to be gathering and how you can be a part of that. But most of all, just watching this first is going to give you that insight that there are two ways that we are living in this life. You are either going to be drawn into the dumps, into the negativity, into the low frequency and the low vibrations of what has been happening for centuries. This is not the first time. Imagine when our Native Americans were being plumaged, and if there was social media in those days for what they were doing to our Native Americans. Imagine if there was social media when what they were doing in the Roman Empire. Imagine if there was social media. This has been happening for hundreds of thousands of years. And we're actually living through that time right now, where we are in a position where we are either going to fall with the fallen or we are going to rise together and create a safe system, our own community, our own economy. And there's ways for you to do this. So you need a plan. You need a 90-day plan. Every one of us, for your spirit, your mental, your emotional, your financial, every single person needs to come together. And we're going to be coming together on March 3rd, which is the full moon. And we're going to be creating a 90-day plan from March 3rd to April 3rd to May 3rd. It's a 90-day plan that we're all going to stick together in these 90 days. We're going to build something within our spirit and our soul first. Because when you can build here, then when you go out and walk into this world, you can walk confidently in knowing that what you're building is not just for yourself, but it's something for you to pass on to your children. You pass on to your grandchildren. It's something that you know you are solid in. This is what we're going to be doing. The leadership that's needed right now is not a leadership of go out and transaction. There's no leadership for extraction. There is no more places at the table for you to extract from our people. We feel it, we see it, we understand it. It's clear as day when all you want to do is just take from us and leave us with nothing in return. And can I tell you that that whole old system is gone? It is no longer able to thrive. We can feel it. And so now, instead of us just laying there like so many that were told if you said anything, your whole family was going to be taken, or they were threatened. At this point in time, many families feel threatened by this economy, threatened by their jobs, threatened by their financial situations, threatened by what's next. And can I tell you that this is a time that you actually have the most freedom to let go of the shackles. Because everything is falling apart, that means you get to build what is new. So I invite you to be a part of our 90-day shift, our 90 days to building a safe and stable economy, 90 days to build what you know you are meant to be for you and your family and the people you love. And let me just tell you, it's happening here in Arizona. This is where I live. So if you live in other places, you can join in on our Zoom, but we will be actually meeting in person here in Arizona. So I'm going to share with you guys something. so you can see what is exactly happening in this time. And I've been recording for 15 minutes, so that's good. My show is supposed to be, I want 30 minutes long. Before I go into the next segment here, I want to just take a deep breath. I want to just honor all the families that have come before me, all the mothers, all the fathers, every single soul, spirit that made it here and is there and above. I want you to know that we are all guided and protected in this time. And if you're watching this and you're watching, there's a purpose and a plan for you in this time as well. So I created a prayer. Well, actually, a prayer was created with me with my ChatGPT, my Claude, and I'm going to say it here. To every mother, every father, every builder, every person quietly carrying responsibility for others, something is shifting. Housing is tightening, jobs are changing, communities are either drifting apart or coming back together. And in moments like this, leadership does not start in the boardrooms. It starts at our kitchen tables, in late night conversations. And the decisions we make about where we're going to live, how we're going to prepare, and who we're going to stand with. A mother's signal is simple. We pay attention, we get connected, and we make a plan. Because no system will ever care about the family, but care about our family the way that we do. But when families connect, neighborhoods stabilize. When mothers organize, communities strengthen. When people step forward, solutions multiply. This is not a call to panic. It is a call to participate. If you own a home, learn how to leverage it wisely. If you're renting, understand your path forward. If your job feels uncertain, join us and build options. If you have skills, share them, mentor. If you feel alone, step into our community, our village. Everyone has a role. Your voice matters. Your preparation matters. Your presence matters. Today, we send the signal. We are not waiting. We are not withdrawing. We are building together because it is not hopeless when there is a plan, and it is never going to be too late to begin. So that is my one part. We did not come here to play small. We come as mothers, as builders, as healers, and as witnesses. We come carrying the weight of the families who trust us with their future, our children's and our grandchildren's future. We come as the ones who said yes when the system told us to stop or to wait. But before we build, we must pause. Before we speak, we must listen. Before we move, we must root and ground ourselves. We honor the land beneath our feet, our Mother Earth that has guided us this far, that is getting ready to go through one of the biggest extractions of minerals ever done in world history. We honor the mothers who carried us here without recognition, our grandmothers. We honor the children watching us, seeing what we're going to do next. We release every fear that has dressed itself as wisdom. We release every wound that has tried to become our identity. We release every version of us that has survived because we are no longer just surviving. We are thriving in clarity of our next position, our next purpose, our next assignment. If you are here, you have an assignment. There's no more just standing around. Your silence only brings more chaos to your life. Your participation brings purpose. We call in clarity that cuts through noise. We call in courage that does not need applause. We call in protection over every family that will be touched by what we build together. May our hands build what our hearts already know what's possible. May our words carry safety before they carry strategy. Can I say that again? May our words carry safety before they carry strategy. May every door we open lead someone home, not just to a house, but to themselves. We do not build for legacy. We build so the next generation doesn't have to rebuild from this rubble. Now together we move with fire, with passion, with love, with deep roots that go all the way down to where our ancestors are buried, our children are buried. May we leave an example for the next generation. Amen. Ashe, and so it is. So we are gathering for our 90 days starting on March 3rd. It's the full moon. And that is the time that we will come together. And I'm just looking for our first 100 women, men, business owners, entrepreneurs, students to bring us together first. And what are we doing? Well, we've got a timeline. We're not building from just a place of, we're not just building from a place of sadness, even though there is sadness, of anger, even though there is anger, grief, even though there is grief, pain, even though there is pain. As mothers, we understand pain and grief, and we also understand that we have to keep moving because there's children and families that rely on us. We cannot just stop. A mother knows you cannot just stop. And because we carry that frequency, this is the time that the world needs us and our children needs us. All of us parents, all of us grandparents, all of us students, all of us. There is not a single soul. And there's 348 million Americans, and there's only a few thousand of them. But we have to come together. We have to build together. But before we can build, we have to ground, because we don't build on top of anger. We alchemize the anger and build from the alchemization. We don't build from a place of grief. We alchemize the grief and let grief show us what needs to be built. We bring wisdom and knowledge from every place that dwells in our souls. The pain, the sadness, the darkness, the evil. And we build and we ask the wisdom why, and show us how to create and build from that place. That is how you work with heaven. When they ask heaven to come onto earth, that is how heaven shows up on earth, is when you can look at your hell, which our world right now is hell. Other countries are looking at us going, what are you doing? How come nobody in your country is rioting or going into the streets? Or how come no one's been impeached? Or why is your country frozen? This is very similar to like what happens with when a narcissist takes over and all of their kids or their partner just freezes knowing what's next. We're grasping for potentially what's next. And I can tell you that there is more to come. And that's why it is important that we stick together in this time and we build our village. Heaven only shows up when you can alchemize where heaven is not at. So if you feel like heaven doesn't exist here, this is only hell, then you are heaven. You partner with heaven. You partner with your own pain and you alchemize your pain. You alchemize this trauma. You transmute it and you transform. For many people, that is going to be very hard because it's their first time alchemizing this level of pain, this level of disconnection with everything in our reality completely shifting and changing. So we need more trauma healers. We need more leaders at the table that understand pain and alchemization. That is your first prerequisite. If you're somebody that wants to grow with us, what are you transforming? If you have nothing to transform, that is okay. You might just be frozen, and that's okay. We are here to help you unfreeze and help you see and feel your pain. Because since COVID, so many of us are just walking zombies. We've grieved thousands of people during COVID with no ceremony, with no funerals. We couldn't even gather. Let me just take a minute to put myself together here. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now I've been going for 26 minutes. I think that this is my solid episode for today. I'm going to record my next episode after this. And the next episode is going to be how we move forward through alchemy, how we move forward through transformation, how we move forward through trauma. So if you're interested and you want to follow along for that, you can follow on YouTube. You can follow me on Substack. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm going to see why my Instagram is not working right now. But either way, I am thankful for this time. Actually, yeah, I have a slideshow that I wanted to share with you of what's about to shift in this world and how you can prepare for that. And so I want to just be able to just share with you right now that everything that you are going through, you are not alone. Everything that you are experiencing is not an accident. You being in this place with each one of us right now shows that there is a calling and a purpose for your life. There's a reason why you are here. And just like Jesus had his 12 disciples, it is time that you line up with your 12. Line up with other builders. Line up with people who are doing things in this marketplace, who can see beyond the veil and are not in the mud, but have the clothes with the mud on it. They've already been in the trenches and they've climbed out. So I welcome you to join us, to be a part of our community. And you can go to soulfamilycommunity.com to connect with us on that. And I look forward to sharing more of our episodes with you. February 18th, 2026, here we go.